Well, hello everyone, and happy Christmas, happy New Year, all that sort of stuff. I'm filming this on Christmas Eve, so it's Christmas tomorrow. So to all of you, have a happy and safe Christmas. And it's been one hell of a year. Like, I kind of felt like I didn't do much this year, but then I look back through the channel, look back through my posts and what I've done, and I'm like, holy cow, this has been a hell of a year. So basically moved house twice. We moved just before Christmas last year to a rental, got a new workshop, and in that workshop, basically rebuilt the Nug, you know, new race engine, new suspension, new wheels, new brakes, pretty much rebuilt that car and got it turning into a bit of a rocket. It was pretty cool. And then after that, went and raced Bathurst, which to be honest was kind of like the ultimate goal for myself in that car. So I'm wrapped, like, to go and race Bathurst, like, yeah, I wasn't anywhere near the front, you know, I was up the back, but to go and race the car that I built was just a dream come true, and it was so much fun. And to go and do it with my mates Aaron and have a bunch of my other mates there, it was really such a good weekend. I loved it. And then obviously we went and raced, I think Phillip Island twice, had a bunch of fun there, once with my mate Shane Chancellor from South Australia, which was really cool. And then we bought a house, so we bought this place and we've got the new workshop. So we've got this workshop here, we've got the workshop next door where the Nug and the Soror are kept, and also a machinery area up the back, which I'll show in a second, which we're building up. And then I bought this stupid thing, so at AW11 MR2, which is a slow project at the moment because the first part of it, of all the rust repairs and all these little bits, are taking time. So I'm sorry if the videos aren't coming quickly and not that interesting, but once we get through this slow part of the rust repair and all that, they will get more interesting. It will be like the Nug. We're going to do some very cool stuff with this car, and I'm going to take you through the process of rebuilding it and come along for that journey, because yeah, I'm very excited to get this thing going. I've been watching videos of these things online. I literally have not spoken to one person yet who's owned one of these who doesn't regret selling it and doesn't have very fond memories of driving it. So I'm so pumped. I've never driven one and I don't want to. I don't want to drive one until I drive this. So yes, very exciting. Speaking of which, we've got some parts. So I always go on Marketplace pretty much twice a week and type in AW11 or MR2 and just see what comes up. And this came up. So this is a full HVAC system from an AW11. So this is the full heater system and everything from another one. The reason I needed this is the heater core, and the heater core in this one is like a sieve. It just leaks everywhere. It's terrible. So I saw that online. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna grab that. Turns out he lives 5 minutes from me. So I'm like, sweet. So I went up there, went out to chat to him, and he's got one of these with a K24 in it, and that is very cool. It's pretty much a race car now. And he's changed out, like he's got Alfa Romeo brakes on the front and all this sort of stuff. Very cool car. So I said to him, like, do you have the old brakes still? And he goes, oh yeah. So I have, oh my God, this very heavy box here, full of a full set of brakes plus stub axles for the front. I'm gonna put that down now because it weighs a ton. And a bunch of other little parts. That's unreal. So yeah, his name's David, lovely guy. Thank you so much. The reason I needed the brakes is this is a 1984 model. It's a Japanese import and they had smaller discs. Now the calipers were pretty much the same, but the brackets that held them to the hubs were smaller, so you could only fit the smaller discs on there. Those discs are actually really hard to find in Australia because they only sold these in 87 to 89 in Australia with the larger discs. So I can bolt those calipers on here, which will allow me to not only run bigger discs, which is just better in general, but I can actually get them in Australia and from my friends at Protex. So very good news, very stoked on that. And he did me an absolutely banger price on the whole lot. He's like, yeah, just grab it all. And it was bugger all, it was awesome. Next, there was a dude wrecking one of these, and I thought mine was rusty. No, his is just completely destroyed. Up in Queensland, Sydney. And he goes to me, so I messaged him and said, do you have a clutch pedal? He goes, yes, I do. So he sent me down a clutch pedal for our car. Another part of the manual puzzle, and also the master cylinder. So hopefully that's okay. If not, I'll get a seal kit for it and rebuild that. But that is a cool part to this car. And the cool thing is, the firewall inside this car actually has the stamp holes. All I have to do is literally run a drill through it and this will bolt straight up. Reservoir going the other side, easy. There's no need to measure anything up. It literally has all the marks in it already. So perfect, how good's that? One more part to the manual puzzle. Next, I don't have it yet, but I did manage to find new old stock of the genuine MR2 Screaming Chicken badge for the front of the car. Very cool, that's on its way. And also I've got a bunch of parts for fixing our wiring loom. So I've got connectors, I got some motorsport quality wire. So we're gonna strip that all back. I'll do another video of course, and rebuild that loom that was on fire. And I've also found the problem as to why that happened, but I'll show you that in that video. Now, something else to show you guys, and this is one of the reasons that these projects take so long, is there's lots of other things happening on the side. So my wife's car, the Volvo, which I used to tow the Nug in, the aircon has died. So we took it to a Volvo specialist, the same people we take it to get service, and they're genuinely good dudes. They're very knowledgeable and they don't rip you off. However, they've gone, we know what it is, it's the evaporator underneath the dashboard. He said it's one of the first things that goes in the car and then they build the car around it. Unfortunately, yours is leaking. It's a pretty common thing in these cars when they hit a certain age. Ours has got 300,000 kilometers on it, close to. And all up for parts and labor, it's $3,500. I said, no, I can't afford that. So he goes, well, I can sell you the part's $1,200. I'm like, I'm gonna ask some mates. So, spoke to one of my mates, legend of a dude, and he got me trade price on this, a brand newie. So I'm just waiting for 2 O-rings to come for it, and that cost me $280. So if I can get this dashboard out and I can get this in, $280 for that, $100 to regas it, $380, I should be able to get that car fully air-conned again. So 380 bucks as opposed to 3.5 grand. That is a pretty bloody good saving. But that will take a couple of days. They reckon their Volvo techs, it takes them 2 full days to do it. I'm giving myself 3 days because I've never done it before. So that is 3 days where I could be working on this guy. So these are the sort of things to slow you down. But yeah, how's that for a bit of money saving? So if I can do that, I'll be pretty stoked. Right, I'm gonna go and have a quick show you of the cars and let you know where they're all at. But first, I just need to thank our sponsors. So you can see my Raceworks banner in the background here. We have some really good sponsors. Raceworks, absolute legends, very good quality products. I've got a bunch of Raceworks stuff going in this car. I've still got a steering wheel coming, but I've got the Raceworks gauges. They've been helping me out with sensors, spark plugs, leads, all that sort of stuff, and it's gonna make this car amazing. So I'm really stoked. Thank you to the boys, Jamie and Scott from Raceworks. Really nice dudes, and yes, good company who support people like me, so go and support them. Another mob that helps us out is Protex. Protex brakes, they are phenomenal. I have them on the Nug, I have them on my Liberty, and they're really good, honestly. They're fantastic quality brakes. They've got a whole range. I do rebuild kits for master cylinders and calipers and slave cylinders. So much good stuff, and yeah, honestly, the brakes in that Liberty now are probably too good for that car. They're really good. So definitely, if you need brakes, check those guys out. And as always, the people who helped me build the Nug. Luxe Performance, Brent over there in WA, does a great job supplying parts for everybody, and a lovely guy. RG Customs, who built my cage. Rob is a fantastic guy. If you need any fabrication services in Melbourne, hit up RG Customs, really good stuff. One Gauge, who has the gauge system in my car. They're over in the States and they're actually expanding and doing some amazing stuff now with their products. So definitely check out the One Gauge stuff. My mate Ryan Lee, who helped me with the graphics on the car. And our mates at Lyne Motorsport for, yeah, Josh always helps me out with car stuff and parts. He helped me with the gearbox and the Liberty and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, Josh is fantastic. Over in the western suburbs of Melbourne, if you ever need race work done to your car or even just normal stuff done to your car, go and see Josh and his crew. They're really good dudes. All right, let's go and have a quick look at the cars and see where we're at. Okay, first off, my MR2. Let's move to GoPro. So, yes, it's not going as fast as I'd like, but it is purely just time. However, I do have some cool parts coming for it as well. As I said, we've got ourselves the clutch and the heater system and the brakes, which is fantastic. I've also got, let's move around all the world here, I've got patch panels coming for these little sections here and the big rusty section over here. Let's see, there's a massive hole here. I have a patch panel here to replace that whole section, which is fantastic. The rest is all just going to be sheet metal and me cutting it out. You can see back here, I've been cutting out sections this was all really bad. So, and I found a bunch of bog here where this had all been filled. You can see a section here I've cut out. So these are all sections I'm slowly making. See my cardboard templates. It just takes time, but we'll get there. And I'm gonna do a lot of this stuff off camera. I just wanna try and smash it out as much as I can. Just get this rust repair done so we can get on to the fun stuff, because yeah, painting and building this car is gonna be really good fun. But while I'm doing all this, I am gathering all these parts, and that's gonna be great. So hopefully by the time it's kind of ready, I should be able to just, yeah, paint it and slap it together, and it'd be super fun. Anyway, let's go check out the other cars. My wonderful Liberty. This thing is fantastic. Yes, it's a Subaru, so therefore it leaks. I've gotten over that now. The rest of it is fantastic. It is a great car to drive. It is so practical. It handles so well. I've got borrowing this thing for work at the moment, and honestly, it is such a dog to drive compared to that. It's 17 years old and it's just fantastic to drive. It's really nice inside, but yeah, good loan car. Thank you very much. I'd still rather that. In here, my beautiful Sora is lurking. I went to start it this morning and the battery was flat. It's been so long since I've driven it. I am planning some repairs and work on this car once I've finished up with the MR2, because it deserves it. This is such a phenomenal car and I don't want it to go to waste. It's, you know, it's quite rare. It's a late model, it's a Series 3 Sora factory manual VVTi 1JZ. It is such a good car. Unfortunately, it's now just hitting that age where lots of little things are going wrong. Excuse me. It's now got problems with like the rear donut that joins the diff to the drive shaft. It's starting to crack. All the rubber bushings are starting to go. I think the harmonic balancer's starting to die. It's all the rubber bits in it, which you think, oh yeah, it's easy to replace. It's easy to replace, but it's probably about $5 worth of rubber in there. It's a lot. It's also stuttering a little bit under boost. Other than that, it's a Toyota, man. Like, it's got 260,000 kilometers on it, and it's still, the engine is amazing. So I really want to give this thing some love. I want to redo the interior. I'd love to reupholster it in some Alcantara or something nice like that. And yeah, just pull a couple of little dents out of it and some coilovers. Just get it a bit lower because it's a weekender. And then this guy. The Nug, all covered up. I had her out this morning because I was mowing the lawn, so I have to get the lawnmower out. And yeah, honestly, this car's perfect. It starts every time, it runs amazing, it doesn't leak, it's quick, it's fun, it makes fun noises. It is just such a wicked car. I love it. I just need to find the time and the money to go racing. Unfortunately, racing is not cheap, so as a lot of you will know. So yeah, in the new year, I'm gonna pick and choose my races. We've got about 14 races on the calendar, so I'm gonna pick 2 or 3. And I'm like, definitely I wanna race Quarter Park, and obviously I wanna go back to the island. So we're gonna pick a few races and go and race this puppy, because it is just the most fun car to drive. There's a bit of a mess in here at the moment. I've got an old washing machine and dishwasher I'm trying to get rid of. And here's all the interior parts out of the AW11, which I'm figuring out what to do with. But you'll see in here, I'm starting to get a bit of a machinery shop. The neighbours threw out this table. It's a good solid wooden table. So I went and got it. I want to jack it up a bit so it's kind of a bit higher, a bit level with that. And then I've got my sheet metal bender here. I've got my hydraulic press there. I've got a metal cutter under there, a spare XL engine under there. And I've got this lathe too, which I need to set up. So I need to rewire this. I'm going to wire it into the bench, 3D print up a nice control box, but that'll be a fantastic bit of kit there to use. And also got more MR2 interior parts, but got the sandblaster, which I have been using in a few videos, and it is pretty good. I need to seal it up because it's not sealed properly around here. You can see it's missing a couple of bolts, and it does spew junk everywhere and create dust. So fix that up. Also, I have my bandsaw there, which I've just set up, and yeah, so handy for cutting steel and pipework and things like that. Really good stuff. So there we go, guys. A quick update of what's going on with all the cars and everything like that. So yeah, next year, gonna do a bit more racing. I'm gonna try and get this knocked out. I don't know if I'm gonna get it all done next year, but I really would like, I feel once I get the rust out of the way, the rest of it's gonna go super quick because it's stuff I know. It's just this rust repair. So I want to do most of this myself, but I may even get a little bit of help in from knowledgeable mates, see if they can come and give me a hand, bring their welders. I got my mate Doug, see if he'll come down and give me a hand, because I'm finding so many little bits of rust. There's bits around the back window. It's just so many little patches. So yeah, I might need to just recruit a little bit of help with this. Other than that, it's going to be a wicked car and I'm pumped. I'm going to take it to the track and we have lots of fun with it. So yeah. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic Christmas. Thank you for everyone who hung around this year. Thank you to all the new subscribers, everybody interested in this fun MR2 content, everybody who's interested in racing, hang around. There will be more racing and more XL stuff. I already have a massive XL video filmed and I'm editing it at the moment. And I have another one on the horizon. I've got some new fun parts that I want to film a video on. So there will be more XL and racing content on the horizon. So take care, be merry, drink lots, don't drive, and I'll see you in the new year.